Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to the video where we're going to look over the Steelers' Madden 21 ratings. Now, obviously, this isn't Ultimate Team ratings. This is what they actually have. Now, couple things. One, I'm recording this on the 18th, and I recorded a video very similar to it yesterday, the 17th. Where I only had the top 10 Steelers, and I had Claypool and McFarland. And then Xerxes put out a video, and ta-da, now all of a sudden I have all the ratings. I was kind of ticked. Because good thing I didn't edit the video. So we're going to look over these ratings, and just kind of, react to them. Which most of these I already did. But David DeCastro's a 91 overall. Don't have too much of a problem with that, since he is one of the best right guards in the game, or just one of the best guards in the game. I do feel like he could go a little higher, 92, maybe 93 overall. But really, it's not a huge problem with the 91 overall. Next is going to be Cam Hayward. He's a 90 overall. I really don't have that much of a problem with this. Again, could you go 91? Yeah, but I think 90 is pretty fair. Okay, problem number one. Minkah Fitzpatrick is an 87 overall. And he really shouldn't be. He should be higher than that. He should be at least a 90 himself. Because, like, Jamal Adams is like a 92, and Minkah's, close to, the kind of player he is. So if you have him at 90-91, I'd be fine with that. But an 87 is just far, far too low. Next is Stephon Tuitt. He's an 87 overall. And while he was hurt for most of last year, when he was playing, he was very good. So an 87 is not terrible. If you put him at an 88, I wouldn't care, but 87 is not terrible. Juju Smith-Schuster is next. He's an 86 overall. And for Juju, 86 isn't that bad because he did take his stats went down last year because of the whole quarterback situation that the Steelers had. But I think that he is okay at an 86. If you wanted to put him at an 87, I'd be okay with it, but 86 isn't terrible. Just because it was a down year last year. Marquise Pouncey, he's an 86 overall. He could probably go up to an 87, maybe an 88, because he is a very good center. But 86 it's decent, TJ Watt's next, and this is one of the biggest problems I have. You're telling me a guy who was a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year and was the runner-up behind Stephon Gilmore, who's a 99, you're telling me TJ Watt is an 86 overall. Like, how is that even possible? He needs to be at least a 90, if not like 92. If you had TJ Watt at 92, 93, I don't have a problem. 86 is just far, far too low. Eric Ebron, 84 overall. Without Andrew Luck, his stats went down last year. But, could you put him at an 85? Yeah. Am I going to complain about him being an 84? No, not really. Joe Hayden, he's an 83. 83 is not terrible, but I feel like he could have been pushed up to like an 85, to where he's he's an 85. Just, he had 5 picks last year, I feel like he deserves to be a little more than an 83. Alejandro Villanueva, he's an 82. Al is a nice left tackle. I don't have too much of an issue. Could you push him to 83? Maybe 84, yeah. But 82 is not terrible. Chris Boswell, he's an 82. He really had a nice bounce back year from his 2018 performance. 2018, I mean, he was hurt. I figured something was wrong. I think what it was something with his hip. Because at the end of 2018, he got put on IR. Comes out in 2019, and all of a sudden he can kick again, you know? So it was some kind of injury, but, you know, he's fine now, and we'll see what happens. Okay, and 81 overall, we have Ben Roethlisberger. So, when I didn't see Ben in the top 10, I was a little upset. For an 81, yeah, he's coming off his injury. When we did see him play, he wasn't that great, but that's because obviously his elbow was bothering him. And he played a game and a half before leaving. Could I see him being an 82, 83? Yes. But I guess I'll take an 81. James Conner's an 81 overall as well. So, James, I don't have much of an issue really with him being an 81. That sounds about right. You know, could you push him to... It feels like a lot of these guys, could you put him at, you know, just that one overall higher? Yes. But are you really upset with where they are? No. Mike Hilton, he's an 81 overall. Yesterday when I recorded that video, I talked about how he needs to be at least an 80. Here he is, 81. So, I would say with, you know, he's proven himself year after year after year. I could definitely see him being an 82. Like, if you had Joe Hayden at like an 85, Mike Hilton's like an 82, 83. And now we get into Steven Nelson, who's also an 81. If push him up to where Joe Hayden is, yes, he didn't have the interceptions that Joe did, or even put him at an 84. If the Steelers corners went 85, 84, 83, I'd be ecstatic. Because Steven Nelson, if you take the cornerbacks who had the most targets last year without allowing a touchdown, number 1 is Trey White, who's a 90. Number 2 was Steven Nelson. So he's the guy where you could definitely argue he should be higher. Bud Dupree, 80 overall. He hit double-digit sacks last year. He needs to be higher, like 83, 84. Maybe even an 85. He needs to be quite a bit higher. James Washington, 78 overall. I feel like he could be an 80. But 78's not terrible. Vince Williams, he's a 77. He's sat in the high 70s his entire career, basically. So, could you push him to 78? Sure, but... Devin Bush, 76. He needs to be higher. He does. He was amazing last year. He needs to be higher. He needs to be 77, 78 overall, at least. I wouldn't put him higher than 80, though. You know, put him like 2 overall higher at 78 and I'm happy. Deontay Johnson, 76 overall. It's not terrible. Could you push him to 77? Sure, but his overall will go up during the course of the season because he, I believe, led the league in average yards per punt return and in separation. Phone buzz, so I looked down really quick. But, you know, in separation, he was fantastic. And that's with having... I'm trying to think what injury he had. Might have been a groin. He had whatever injury, and he was still getting separation. He had surgery for it during the offseason, so he'll be really, really good. And expect him to jump to maybe even like an 80 this year by the end of Madden. Vance McDonald, 76. Not a huge issue with this. That feels about right. Maybe 77, but 76 feels about right. Jordan Berry, 75. Again, feels about right. Edmonds, 74. I'd probably put him up to a 75. Benny Snell, 72. I'd probably put him up to a 73, if not 74. Jalen Samuels is a 72. Again, 74. If Benny Snell and Jalen Samuels were both 74s, I'd be happy. Ryan Switzer, 72. 72, 73. Tyson Alualu is a 72. 73, because he did well last year, replacing Tuitt. Derek Watts only a 71 somehow. He needs to be higher. He needs to be like a 75. I know he doesn't do a lot for the fullback position when he was with the Chargers, but 71's a bit ridiculous. Again, 73, 74. Filer at a 71. That needs to be better. That needs to be quite a bit better, because he was holding his own as a starter. You got to put him at least a 75, I think. I think a 75 could be a lot better for him. Chase Claypool, 70. He's a rookie, so... Justin Lane, 70. Not terrible. Okay, here's one of my issues. Cam Sutton. He was ahead of Lane on the depth chart. Why do you have him at 69 overall? Why do you have Cam Sutton at 69? He needs to be like a 72, 73. Why is he a 69 overall? Deion Kane, 68. You could argue 69, 70. Wisniewski, 68. I mean, he started last year for the Chiefs, so should he be higher? Should he be in the 70s? Probably. Alex Highsmith, 67. Rookie. Amara Darbo, 67. Anthony McFarland, 67. Chris Wormley's a 67. You would think he could be higher. Jordan Dangerfield, 67. Antoine Brooks, 66. These are the guys at the low end of the depth chart. I don't have much of an issue with these. Chukuma Okorafor is only a 66. Dan McCullers is a 66. Anthony Johnson, my guy, 65. Isaiah Buggs is a 64. Kareth White's a 64. Saeed Blacknall's a 64. Trey Edmonds is a 64. Kevin Dotson, 63. Marcus Allen, 63. Mason Rudolph, 63. Yeah, he kind of had that coming. Ola is a 63. He should be higher. Tuzar is a 63. Quadre Henderson, 62. Ulysses Gilbert, 62. I think he should be around the 63, if not 64. Arian Springs, 61. See, these guys, Carlos Davis, 61. These guys who are either practice squad, like, you know, I'm trying to think who was practice squad last year. I think Borders was practice squad. But guys like that, you expect to be in the low 60s or high 50s. But you got Carlos Davis, 61. Coatney, 61. Spillane, 60. Borders, 59. Taylor, 59. Zach Banner's a 59. I think he should be higher because he's our eligible guy. He should be like in the 60s. Hodges, a 58. He should probably be in the 60s. Zach Gentry, 58. He should probably be 60. Derwin Gray, 57. Jaron Jones, 57. Paxton Lynch, 56. Actually, Jaron Jones, I believe, is from here, from like where I live and where I grew up. Paxton Lynch, 56. Christian DeLauro, 55. J.C. Hassener, 52. J.T. Barrett, 50. Cameron Candidate, 26 overall. He's our long snapper. That's why he's at 26. I really don't have that much of a problem with these ratings. But there's a couple where I'm just like, major disrespect. TJ, Minka, you know. Some of these guys, it's like, really, you should be quite a bit higher. But Dupree had double-digit sacks. Why is he only an 80? So, and, you know, Xerxes brought up a really, really good point. Hold on. So Xerxes' point was Okay, JJ, right? Now, he was hurt for most of last year, and he only got like 4 sacks. He's a 98. Yet, his brother is an 86 after being the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year. Like, really? Julio's a 97, Khalil's a 97, Russell Wilson's a 97, Travis Kelce. There's like some guys here where it's like, really? Do they really deserve to be there? And we actually have 5 99 overalls now. We only had 4 before. We had Mahomes and McCaffrey, and we had Gilmore and Aaron Donald. Michael Thomas got added to it. Okay. Michael Thomas is a 99 too. So, like, if TJ Watt was even here, you know, in the 95s, I'd be ecstatic. An issue I have. Right here. This guy. Gronk. After taking a year off, he is a 95 overall. Someone want to explain that to me? I think, but Xerxes brought up that issue as well, and he said something about because his catching's so high and his run block is so high, but we don't know how he's going to... If you had him at a 90, I'd understand. But the last time we saw this man actually play football, his body was shot to hell, and he wasn't nearly the same tight end as he used to be. He lost a ton of weight. He is trying to put it back on. So why the hell is he a 95 overall? I just don't understand how he's a 95 overall. You know, it's stupid, some of these things. But and some of these are fine. You know, Lamar's a 94, which during the beta, he was only a 92. Let's see what else. Like, a lot of these players, I don't have an issue with what they're rated, but Rodney Hudson, right? He's a 93. How much better is he really than Marquise Pouncey? You know? Devin McCourty, is he really better than Minka? If you had a choice, right, of taking Devin McCourty or Minka Fitzpatrick, who you taking? Now, if you're a Patriots fan, you may say McCourty, but most people would say Minka. And yet, Minka's an 87. Why? Let's see where else. Where's Derwin? Or like a Kevin Byard. Why is he a higher rating than Minka? Where's Derwin? And really, Justin Simmons is a 90? Trey White, who led the league in targets without allowing a touchdown, is only a 90. He should at least be a 92. Derwin James is an 89. Look, I know he was hurt last year, but still. But even then, like a guy who was hurt like all of last year versus, and you have Minka. Come on. Some of these need to be adjusted big time. But there are guys who are overrated. There are guys who are underrated. Gronk's one of the overrated guys. JJ, like, he was hurt most of the year. So why isn't he, like, say, a 95? Why is he a 98? A lot of these guys, you gotta question a little bit. I have no problem with Mahomes, Thomas, McCaffrey, and Donald. Even Stephon Gilmore. He was DPOY. That's fine. Now you want to make him a 99. Now, here's my question, though. If TJ Watt was Defensive Player of the Year, would he be the 99 overall? Would Stephon Gilmore be an 86? You know, like, sometimes it doesn't make sense. Actually, most of the time, EA doesn't make sense. So, that's all I got. I'm going to go through the ratings of the Steelers players, just, on my own and see what's up. But that's all I got for you guys here. Comment down below on your feelings about these ratings. And if you like this video, please give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.
Once I was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years